Nigeria, at independence, was like any other third world country with limited infrastructure and moderate standard of living. The available roads could accommodate adequately existing traffic comprising largely of pedestrians, bicycles, and a few cars, which could only be afforded by the few elitist groups, mostly those in government. With the end of the Civil War came the oil boom, enabling many Nigerians to own cars and motorcycles. Most people who could afford purchased cars, and the new social class of car owners emerged. Of the number that owned cars, very few were trained drivers, with a fewer number aware of road usage and road traffic rules. Coupled with the now congested roads, numerous accidents started plaguing our roads with high fatality rates. To remedy this situation, Shell Petroleum and the Nigerian Army organized road traffic safety programs. And in 1974, the military government at the time established the National Road Safety Commission. None of these could be sustained. Nigeria became the second most road accident prone country in the world, second only to Ethiopia. In 1987, 508 vehicles had 26,215 accidents, with a record number of 7,912 deaths. These alarming figures moved the federal government to establish the Federal Road Safety Commission in 1988. This was backed by Decree 45 of 1988 as amended by Decree 35 of 1992, FRSC Act Cap 141, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 1990. The Commission was given the mandate of accident prevention and loss reduction on all public roads across the country. 24 years later, the Federal Road Safety Commission has moved in leaps and bounds.
There has been tremendous progress on all fronts, in that if you look at the statistics of road crashes in Nigeria from 1960 to date, you will see there has been a significant improvement since the formation of the FRSC. That improvement has been in the area of reduction of number of crashes, reduction on number of fatalities, and then the response to crashes, rescue operation, ambulances, and roadside clinics of the FRSC has led to the saving of more lives. Also, we have made progress in the area of unifying the licensing system in the country, which under the Uniform Licensing Scheme, we now have a uniform licensing scheme across the country. The current local government numbering system was introduced by the FRSC, and since then, before now, you go to a state authority, get a paper showing you a number, then you go to a site writer and write the number. But FRSC came in and unified those systems, and that has become very useful for Nigeria. So on all fronts, in the area of education of road users, enforcement of critical safety devices like the use of seatbelt, use of phone while driving, overloading, all these have been made issues by FRSC. In the area of engineering, FRSC has made tremendous progress in conducting road accident investigation studies, safety audits, and also in making sure that we have traffic counts across the country. In the area of education, like I said, we have brought to national consciousness the issue of road safety, leading to the infusion of road safety studies into the curriculum of basic and secondary education, and also introducing the standard school bus for school students. This has also been, FRSC has also made it possible for us to look at the road safety, the road sector, and standardize the operation, at least the minimum safety standards for operating commercial fleets, titled the Road Transport Safety Standardization Scheme. That has been very useful. We have also introduced the Driving School Standardization Program that registers and authenticates driving schools for would-be drivers. So on all fronts, I think FRSC has made progress.
The FRSC's services of accident prevention have been implemented through educating motorists and the public on road safety, regulating driver's licenses, enforcing speed limits, regulating use of sirens and dangerous lights on cars, provision of roadside and mobile clinics for road users, among others. How do Nigerians see the activities of the Commission?
If I must be truthful, I think, yes, the road safety are actually trying in discharging their mandate of keeping the road safe. From what I hear and from what I see from the media, I see that, yes, accidents have actually reduced along the roads. The only problem that I see with the road safety and their job is perhaps enlightenment. We have so many people, especially all these commercial drivers, bike, all these Okada, what do they call them, these bike riders and all of that. From the way, they move around on the roads, you'll know that they know little or nothing about driving ethics. In fact, they are not educated on the ethics of driving. And I think that is a major area of challenge for the road safety. For me, that is an area they should look into, if they really want to bring down the indices of carnage on our roads.
They are trying, at least with the situation in the country, considering the traffic situation, the road situation. As a matter of fact, they are doing their best, but I still think they need to get more training. The agency should organize training for the staff, on how to relate with people for, road users.
FRSC is performing its functions very well. The act that establishes the Commission has mandated them to provide safety on federal roads, state and even local roads. And by virtue of the act that establishes the Commission, they have lived up to their responsibilities over time. And we have scored them high over time because of their performance. But most importantly is the fact that you have a mandate established by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that mandate must be adhered to. So where you go out of your mandate, sometimes you'll be queried.
I think they're doing so well, because for most of the commissions that I've had opportunity to have maybe one-on-one contact with, I think so far they've shown themselves to be reliable enough, and I think they're doing their job quite good enough. But they have some little discrepancies they still need to work on, which I might not blame totally on them, maybe one Nigerian factor or the other, or maybe there are some balances they need to check. But apart from that, I think they're doing okay.
So we work with the Standard Organization of Nigeria, the SON, in creating standards. We normally go to them to ensure that the standards meet internationally acceptable standards. We work with the NOA in terms of public enlightenment, and we work with the NTA, the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. We have a host of many stakeholders, both public and private, who work with us to ensure that our message of safer roads and fuller lives are communicated to Nigerians.
The Federal Road Safety Commission now operates up to local government level with a professional crop of officers appropriately equipped to handle any road safety situation. Plans are in place to make Nigerian roads the safest in the world by 2020. How will the Commission achieve this?
Massive enlightenment, education, enforcement, and improving engineering of our roads to ensure that the roads we build meet safety standards. That We will make sure that the roads do not become killer roads. And then, of course, strict enforcement to be sure that people who use the road use it right, so that they don't endanger other people. Because the value of enforcement is that you're not only stopping the person from endangering himself, but from also endangering other road users.
The Federal Road Safety Commission, with adequate support, considering its present workforce and implementation strategies, will, in the very near future, be a reference point globally on matters of road safety success.
I hope that we will be able to chart a new course for road safety in Africa, not just in Nigeria, to become that model agency that the world will look at and said, if you want to look at road safety in Africa, go talk to the Nigerians. And that is where we're heading to become the go-to agency. And at 25, we're going to be strong players both in the region and in the African continent. And of course, we intend to be a world-class organization, which means that we are not striving just to be best in Africa, but to compete with anybody around the world. We'll be to get our organization ISO 9001 certified. We are in the process of getting that certification, and also to ensure that we become a world-class organization.